Hello, this is part 3 of the cartooning demonstration. I'm going to show you how to use a wooden figure drawing model to create movement with your character. You are free to design whichever character you like for the comic book or comic strip. So this will give you a really easy way to practice drawing the figure, whether you make this a cat or a person or any kind of creature, robot. This can just be a really good way to practice movement. So you can arrange this in many different ways. So this is just a front view, and I'm going to show you how you would practice drawing this figure with the front view, and then how you can connect the lines around and trace them to make an actual body. It's as though you're kind of putting skin over the top, and then you can erase the lines on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. So I'll start by looking at the head shape and then all the little joints, because this is the head and this is supposed to be the neck, and this is the chest and the shoulder and the arm and the hands and the wrists and the elbows. So you want to add all of those little shapes. And so for me, this is kind of an oval shape. So I'm just going to do really quick, really light lines, almost called, I like to call them whisper lines. So if I press really hard on my paper with my pencil, I will not be able to erase easily. So I want to make sure that I use really light lines, and they can be loose. And I can even just kind of make see how I'm making my circle just sort of light. I'm not pressing really hard, and there's a bunch of different lines, and it isn't perfect, and I want to show you closely how that looks. It's not a perfect circle or oval. It's very loose and free. So I'm just looking at this figure, and then I'm going to go to the neck shape, so it's a little ball, and then I'm going to work and do the body shape. So you're going to follow all the shapes that you see as best you can and just go lightly. I'm going to do the shoulder joint, arm, and then this arm, and then I'm going to do the waist and the hips. I'm following how these shapes look, just doing that. Then the leg joints and the legs, the knee joint. See how fast I'm going? I'm not spending a whole lot of time with any sort of detail. Ankles and feet. And then you got to do the arm and the wrist and the hand. And then I have the basic shape of this figure. Then what you do is you go around with your pencil, and you, on the outside of the shapes that you just drew, you're going to sort of do an outline of it. It's almost as though you're tracing a figure. We used to do this activity where you'd have someone lie on the ground and you would trace their shape with chalk on the sidewalk or at school on a piece of paper. So you just go around the body all the way down. You can do a simple hand that kind of looks like this, or you can do a real hand. Go around the body, and you can press a little bit harder here. I'm going to do the foot, come back up, do the legs, and come back down. Went off the paper a little there. All the way around the body. And then you have your shoulders, and then what you're going to do is you're going to erase all these little circles on the inside of your dark line. So I'm just going to carefully erase everything along here. Erasing all of the lines, and it doesn't have to be perfect because you'll be adding some details to this later. That's how you make, and then get rid of your eraser marks, and you're left with the shape of a figure. And that's how you get your basic figure drawn. Just a straightforward, looking straight on. And then, so this gives you the freedom, now that you know how to do that, gives you the freedom to start moving your this wooden figure around. So if I want my figure to look like they're walking, you're going to bend your arms. Sometimes you have to twist it a little to get it right. So sometimes people walk like that, and then you bend the knee a little. And so you can show your figure walking, and then you would do the same thing. You would copy how this looks. So in this case, really light. This way is more skinny. Then I have the shoulder joint here and the arm, elbow. This is very simple. And then you can kind of see from my point of view, you can see a little bit of this arm. So you're going to show just a little of the hand and then the hip. And then you can show your figure walking, and then you do the same thing. You just trace around, around and around. And in this case, so this leg is in front. Oh, this leg is not in front. This leg is in front. So it doesn't matter. You can show and then erase. And then you have somebody walking. And you can make this into whatever you want. See, this looks like a human because it's just nothing, but you can make it into a dog person. Add like an ear and a tail. So you can just have fun with it and do whatever you want. So this figure, you can make it sitting, and you can add a chair, pretend like they're at a table. So you just play around with this figure, and you can create any movement for your character. And that's how you use a wooden figure, and that's how you'll create movement with your character. You can do this for any type of figure, any type of character. And see, I made a dog person.